Hello, lovely gamers. Today we're going to do a very simple little inZOI build. I started building the house of my dreams using the money cheat, of course, because it costs a lot of money to build, okay? But look at this cute little pond that I made. I love it so much. So on today's video, this is what we're going to recreate. We actually might change some things. I might try a different style pond. We might try and do one that's surrounded by bushes instead of rocks, but I'm going to show you how to recreate this little cute pond. You can recreate this probably on your own with a pre-build, probably with your starting money because it's not super expensive to build this. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So for this build, I'm going for more of like this cottage core kind of vibe, but maybe it's not much of a cottage. It wound up being a mansion, honestly. But I wanted the front to be very cottagey and cute, and we don't have any water features that I could find in the game. There is a fountain that's actually quite large, and that was not going to work for like a residential area. So I built my own water feature, and I thought we'd do another one over here so I can show you guys how I did it. So I've got this whole open area. Now I decided to use a rug. There is this round rug right here, which is the one that I used. There are a lot of different options. There's like really tiny one. This one is pretty massive, but this is the one that I used right here. So it looks kind of like this. You do need to change the colors. So the first thing I did was go in and I found a blue that I liked for both colors. But for this one, I actually want to go to the generative AI textures and try a water texture. I didn't really think about that when I did the other one. I just used two of the same color blues. But this one, I thought maybe we could use this generative AI and try this out. Okay, wow, look at this water texture. It looks kind of more like a pool, but we could try it for each area. Okay, it's not bad. It is a little like you can see the circles in this one a little bit more than this one. You could only see like, well, you can kind of see the circle, but I did everything the same color. Let's try another one. Okay, I tried a different prompt and I said pond water, and it actually put little like, it kind of looked like lily pads in it. I don't know if it's gonna work because this is not all one piece. You see how it kind of breaks up there, the texture. We need something like a rug without a pattern on it, maybe. So let's go back and see if I can find another rug without a pattern. Okay, you could do this. I used this little rug right here. The only problem is it's square, so I kind of wanted it to be round. But look at that. It actually already has the pond stuff in it, which is kind of cute. So maybe we'll go with that for this one. But if you do want to recreate this exact pond, just use this rug and just change these colors to both being the same blue color. Like that. You can see how they're the same, but it does still have that little bit of texture. So if you don't want that, don't do that. But let's do two separate ponds then, now that I've kind of come up with this cuter AI texture here. Let's go in to here. And all I did really was layer a whole bunch of rocks around the pond just to kind of hide the edge. And if you hold down Alt, you're able to free place. So if you really want to get those rocks super close to each other, just hold down your Alt key while you're doing it, and you can kind of like stack the rocks in there. That way, if you don't hold down Alt, you see how it won't let me get in there? If I hold down Alt, I can just get them super close. So I'll do both of these rugs. We can do, and make sure you alternate rocks as well. You can see how I'm like grabbing out different shapes. You can turn them around, but you don't want all the rocks to be the same. So make sure you're grabbing out a different rock each time. You could also go into the tree option and do bushes around if you wanted to do like little like bushes and greenery around instead. You just need to hide this edge. So choose whatever you want to hide that edge. Okay, now that I have both of these ponds set up with all of my rocks, I'm going to go in and just add a bunch of flowers. Again, I am going to hold Alt because as you can see, it's not going to let me put those flowers down if I don't. So hold down your Alt key and you can like kind of clip the flowers into the rock a little bit, which looks really nice. It looks more natural. That flower's a little big. I think I just stuck to these two small flowers. But yeah, if you hold down the Alt key, you can really get them like in there, and it just makes it look a little more natural, kind of like these flowers grew up in between the rocks, and I really like the way it looks. So now I'm just going to do that for both of these ponds. Maybe I can use the bigger flower for this pond because that flower is quite tall, but it kind of works because this one is a little square pond. There, so you can see now I've got my two different ponds and I've added my flowers, and it does kind of look like water. Once we're out of the build menu and this grid is gone, you're gonna be able to see how cute it looks. Next, I went into lighting and I added on the other pond, I added this little center piece. Again, I held down Alt to get it exactly where I wanted it. Almost like it's a little, like light, or I wish it was a fountain. It'd be so cool if we had fountains, but we don't. I don't think I'll add it to this one. I kind of like how natural this one looks. I bet we could also do a pond water with koi fish in it. Oh my gosh, I might have to try that. But first, let's do that. And then there are these firefly 4 bulb lights. And guys, they kind of remind me of the reeds that you see in ponds and stuff. These are lights. So, I mean, obviously they're not the actual like plant, like a reed. I forget what those are called. It's some kind of reed that goes in the pond, but it looks kind of cool. I like having those. I don't think I'll add them to this pond. I'm going to keep this one a little more simple and this one a little more like I did over on the other side. And then if you continue down into your lights, first off, there's these adorable mushroom lights, which I've just been hiding all over my plot, as you can see, because they're just so cute. But there's also a toy. So let's go to the bedroom section, hit this little like children's room. There's a toy here that is a little duck. Oh my gosh, look at him. It's a little duck. Now it is a toy, so it's not like a real duck. But if you put them in your pond, they do kind of look like a little duck. I put one on the outside. We could put a little ducky over here as well. He's cute. So it kind of looks like there's a little duck in your pond. I think that's adorable. So yeah, that is a basic pond that I did. I do kind of like how this one turned out now that we've tried it. Actually, let's go in here and try a new texture, and let's do a water pond with koi fish. I don't know how this is going to look, but we'll try it out. Oh, wow. Look at it. It's actually like very, they're huge though. The pattern's pretty big. I think, can't you change the pattern scale? Okay. Right here it says pattern scale. Oh, but then it makes like a ton of little koi. We got too many koi fish in our pond, but you can make them a little smaller. You got to play around with this. I do kind of like this texture a little bit. Oh no, this one right here, a little bit more. It looks kind of cool, but you could probably also load a texture. Maybe you can upload a file of a pattern with koi fish if you wanted to. All right, guys, there are our 2 ponds. I think they're both really cute depending on what you're wanting. I'm kind of leaning towards this one. This one looks a little more cottagecore now, this like tiny little square one. You could probably put several of these rugs all together to make a long rectangle pond. I think it turned out cute. My dog is squeaking his toy in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but if you hear squeaking, that's what it is. Yeah, so I've pretty much finished I haven't finished the outside. I'm going to add a fence to this side, maybe keep that little tiny pond or something. And I need to decorate the inside of this house, but I'm super excited with how it's turning out. I wanted more of a cottagecore type house. It's a little bit difficult because I'm like, my plot is right here in the middle of the city, but I'm kind of excited to see where the building goes in this game and if we're going to get more options for countrysides and things like that. Right now it's very city oriented, which is fine, but I would love to have like more cottagey type stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm having a lot of fun building in inZOI, and I hope to do some more build videos in the future. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.